An entitled guest spits on a doorman, unaware he just insulted the CEO's son. What happens next will leave you stunned. The Grand Bellevue Hotel in the heart of Manhattan was the pinnacle of luxury. Its chandelier-lit lobby sparkled with elegance, the polished marble floors reflecting the warm glow of countless lights. Guests in designer suits and evening gowns drifted through the space, their laughter and conversations blending into a harmonious murmur. Staff members stood poised, ready to assist at every turn. Kevin stood at the grand entrance, embodying quiet confidence. At 6 feet tall with a commanding presence, Kevin wasn't just any doorman. He carried himself with calm professionalism, greeting every guest with the same warm, respectful smile. His sharp attention to detail made him stand out, and guests often remarked on his effortless ability to manage the steady flow of arrivals and departures. What few knew was that Kevin wasn't here out of necessity. He was the CEO's son. Taking this role was his way of connecting with the people the hotel served and employed. For Kevin, this wasn't just a job, it was a deliberate choice. On this particular evening, a light drizzle had begun outside. Kevin stepped forward with an umbrella to greet a couple arriving in a sleek black town car. "Welcome to the Grand Bellevue," he said, his voice steady and inviting. The woman smiled as he escorted her to the lobby's dry safety. It was all part of the routine until a disturbance shattered the usual rhythm. A man approached the entrance with an air of defiance. His wrinkled shirt and scuffed loafers stood out among the polished elegance of the other guests. Muttering angrily under his breath, his face was twisted with irritation. Kevin's calm demeanor didn't waver as he stepped forward to intercept the man. "Good evening, sir. I'll assist you shortly, but we're helping other guests right now." The man's face darkened. "Do you even know who I am?" he snapped. "I don't wait." Kevin's patience remained unshaken. "I understand, sir, but I'll need you to wait your turn. Someone will assist you shortly." The man's voice grew louder, attracting the attention of nearby guests. "You think you can tell me what to do? You're just a doorman." He spat the last word with venom. "I'm paying more for one night here than you'll make in a month." Kevin's jaw tightened, but he stayed composed. "Sir, I'll need you to lower your voice. We have other guests here, and I'd appreciate your cooperation." Then, it happened. The man spat at Kevin, the vile act landing squarely on his cheek. A collective gasp filled the lobby as onlookers stared in shock. Kevin, his hands trembling slightly, wiped his cheek with the pocket square tucked into his blazer. "Sir, that behavior isn't acceptable," he said firmly. "I'm going to have to ask you to leave." A security guard named Sam arrived and positioned himself between Kevin and the irate guest. "Sir, you'll need to leave," Sam said calmly. "We can't allow this behavior." "I'm not going anywhere," the man shot back. "I have a reservation, and no one is going to stop me." "If you don't comply, I'll call the authorities," Sam replied firmly. Reluctantly, the man backed off, muttering threats as he was escorted out. But the drama wasn't over. A commanding voice cut through the murmurs. "Is everything okay here, Kevin?" All eyes turned to see Richard Bennett, the CEO of the Grand Bellevue Hotel, striding toward them. His silver-streaked hair and tailored navy suit exuded authority. "Yes, sir," Kevin replied calmly, but Richard's attention was already on the man at the door. "Excuse me," Richard said, his tone sharp. "Did you spit on one of my employees?" The man faltered. "I didn't know who he was," he stammered. "That doorman happens to be my son," Richard said, his voice steady. "And regardless of his role, no one deserves to be treated like that. This hotel operates on respect. If you can't uphold those values, you're not welcome here." The man's bravado crumbled, and he left in silence, disappearing into the rainy night. Guests who had witnessed the scene murmured their approval. One middle-aged woman approached Kevin. "The way you handled that was remarkable," she said. Kevin smiled politely. "Thank you. Sometimes it's not about reacting but setting an example." Later, as the lobby returned to its usual rhythm, a young girl approached Kevin. "You were really brave," she said shyly. Kevin crouched to her level. "Thank you," he said warmly. "Bravery isn't about fighting back, it's about staying calm." That night, Kevin returned to his post with the same composed smile, a reminder that dignity and respect should always come first. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to Unfolded Chapters and press the bell icon for more thought-provoking tales. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's make respect the norm, not the exception.